Are you ready to boost your confidence when selling so you're able to close more deals? Nikki Rausch will show you how to build a foundation of skills and a mindset that creates sales success without feeling pushy or salesy and without fear of rejection. She is a sales strategist and coach with more than 25 years of sales experience and is master certified in neuro-linguistic programming. This is a radically different approach to selling. It's a no sleaze, no slime, and no stress approach to building your business. This is Sales Maven. Here's Nikki.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to the Sales Maven Show. I'm your host, Nikki Rausch, your own personal sales maven, here to offer you tips, techniques, and strategies to master that sales conversation. Today's episode is one of my favorites because it's an on-air coaching call, and it's with one of our very own society, Sales Maven Society members, Tori Levine. Tori, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you said yes to this. Well, tell everybody a little bit about you and about your business. I'm so excited for people to learn about what you offer.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm Tori Levine, and my latest business is the Momxiety Club. It kind of grew out of something I started about 5 years ago, which was called Babies at the Bar. And it was all out of my experiences being a mom and tying in my background with dance and psychology and everything along those lines. So it started as a group for moms to come together to exercise with their babies, to find support and community. And that grew for a while. And I had instructors around the country and actually in England as well. And then things kind of fizzled just because life came up. Yeah. And then last year, I started the Momxiety Club, and that grew out of me wanting to have a podcast, an outlet for myself to talk one-on-one to moms, because I love the podcasting platform, and let them know that they're not the only ones feeling what they're feeling and going through what they're going through, because it's very isolating to be a new mom. And it also hit during COVID. So that brought a whole new level of things into it. And from there, I launched a membership where I brought in the Mommy Bar exercise to add to the benefits of a community group and the psychology behind that. And that's where we are.
So now it's a monthly membership, and it's a place for new moms, or just moms, really, right?
Yeah, I say new and not so new moms, because that's just how I like to say it, because I think you're always new because things are always changing. Yeah.
That's a good point. So it's a place for moms to come together and share the good, the bad, the ugly, I feel like, about being the mom, right? And then also you bring this component of the exercise into it, because we know from, exercise is a good way to keep your mental capacity, right? And keep like lower stress and all that stuff too.
Lower stress and boost those endorphins.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, I love what you're doing. I love that you have this platform, this place for women to come together, moms to come together. And I love the name Momxiety. Tell me how you came up with Momxiety, because I think it's so clever.
Oh, thank you. It was actually a just off the cuff thing with the person who was going to be my podcast co-host. We were chatting about names, and I was like, Mom Anxiety Hour. And it was going to be like, Hey Ma, for Mom Anxiety Hour, things like that. And we were just like throwing things out, and we both very much have anxiety. So, and it was talking all about the anxieties of motherhood. So it was just like Momxiety. How about that?
Yeah.
And club, because, we want to be cool. You got to be a part of the cool kids.
Got to be in the club. Yeah. Right. I love it. Well, it's super cool. I like what you're doing. I know that you've worked really hard to pull this group together to have this safe place for moms to be. So the idea today is for me to be able to offer you some coaching. So how can I be of service to you today, right now in your business?
Yes, I would like to chat about trying to get confidence in laying out my offer, because I'm trying to build and bring all these different facets of my business together.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's so much that I can offer, but I want to be confident in saying, this is a package, or this is the membership, or this is one-on-one, and being able to say which would be the best for a client.
Okay. So the idea is like confidently selling like the right solution to the person you're on the phone with or having a meeting with, right?
Right.
Okay. So a couple things about that. So first and foremost is always thinking about state management, right? You're managing your internal state. I know I've done a couple episodes where I talk about different ways to manage your internal state. And I think, Tori, you probably have heard me talk about this too, of having something you do before you get on the call that sets you up for success. It allows you to be the best version of yourself in that sales situation, so that you're not like caught up in your head thinking like, what are they thinking about me? And what about this? And what about that? Like you're just really focused on the other person. So the way I do it is by using the NLP Mandala. I know I've shared about this on the podcast before. And do you know what I mean when I say that, the NLP Mandala?
I do, but I forget it.
Okay. So I'm going to just say the 4 statements. And the idea behind this is, again, managing your internal state. And if this doesn't resonate with you, Tori, then find something that does, but do something to manage your state. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad you're here. I know what I know, and I care about you. Now, you can't just say it and be like, oh, whatever. Like you actually have to allow for it to resonate in your body. I feel like you being with your background in dance, and you know, like you understand your body and the way your body works with the way your brain works. So you have to let yourself feel it, just like you would feel a piece of music, right? When you're dancing. So let your body fill up with the feelings when I say, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad you're here. I know what I know, and I care about you. Now, when you get to this place where you're in step 4, when you're in the selling staircase, where you're now going to lay out your offer, and especially when you're feeling like, well, they could do this, or they could do that, or they could do this other thing, my suggestion is to narrow it down to 3 options at the most that you're ever going to give them. So I could see you having a package that is an all-inclusive package that allows for them to do some private work with you. So whether that is like some of the workout stuff that you do, you know, for those private sessions, or maybe there's some like coaching, some like the psychology stuff, or right, that they can call it sessions.
That was a thing.
What's that?
Sorry. I said that was like a thing that I recently started. I threw it up there as an offer. I haven't been promoting it, but it's the event session, the Momxiety event session, where it's just like you need somebody to talk to just to hear you.
Okay. So an all-inclusive offer might include vent sessions, might include some private workout sessions with you, would definitely include the Momxiety Club, which I think in the Momxiety Club, they also get access to all the training videos, right?
Yeah, we do a weekly workout together, or they get access to the replay.
Okay, great. So having that all-inclusive offer, and then you're going to have a step like that, to me would be your most expensive like solution. And that could be a monthly like offer. It could be that it's a 3-month commitment, or it could just be, I mean, you could decide how you want it to be. You could do a 3-month or 6-month, but you have this all-inclusive offer where they get all as much Tori as they can possibly like get, right? So give them everything. And then you could have a step down offer, which might be maybe a, just like the Momxiety Club, and that's it. And then the step down offer from there might be just a vent session. So when you're talking to somebody, to confidently lay out your offer, my suggestion is to recommend what you know they need, not what you think they can afford. So unless they've been really clear, like, okay, Tori, I have $10 to spend, right? Which hopefully there's something more than that. But if that's it, right, then we know they're probably going to do a vent session with you, right? And they're probably not going to do something else. I don't know. But if they have, and whatever the price that you want it to be, and this is something we can work through in the Sales Maven Society too. But you lay out the offer. You could say to somebody, based on everything we talked about so far, my recommendation would be an all-inclusive offer for you. And that means that you're going to get a certain number of event sessions with me. You're going to get a certain number of private coaching sessions with me, or workout sessions. And you're also going to get access to the membership for 3 months, right? Or whatever that is. And that price is this. And so when you give the price, it's super important that you give the price like you're giving the time of day. Your voice has to be so congruent. And this is where this confidence piece shows up, because people want to hire experts and they want to pay experts. And we don't want to give our money to somebody who seems uncertain, right, about the offer. Right. So when you're laying out your offer, you have to make it clear and easy for them to take next steps. So my recommendation would be an all-inclusive offer, and you get this, this, and this. How does that sound to you? And let them go, yes, no, or, oh, well, I didn't have that much to spend or whatever. Well, then if that's the answer, then you could come up with, well, we could do a step down, which would be the Momxiety Club. And you can do that. It's a monthly membership. You can cancel at any time. And here's the rate for that. And if they're like, well, what are my other options? Then you could say, well, I also have just the vent session, which is this, right?
Right.
Or if they were like, well, I don't really know. I don't know all the different ways I would work with you, Tori. That's where you might say, well, there are 3 main ways that clients work with me. One is where they get access to me for the private workout sessions. They get some vent sessions as a mom, opportunity to have some vent sessions. They also get access to my membership platform. That's kind of my all-inclusive offer. So that's one way. Another way to work with me is just to have access to the Momxiety Club. That's my membership. In there, you're going to get, weekly workouts. You're going to have a place where you can go and share kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that are going on in your life. And then a third way is I offer just, one-off vent sessions when somebody wants a non-partial ear, have somebody kind of hear them, listen to them without making a judgment about them and their, ability to be a good mom or any of those things. And that's this. Of those 3, which feels like the right fit for you right now? That's what you say. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you wait.
So now, is it okay if the event session is actually a higher price than the...
Oh, maybe I'm missing these. I'm confusing them. Okay. Help me, help me, Tori. What's the price for the event session?
The event session is $30 for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the club is $9.99.
Okay.
Because that's what I just want everybody to make sure that it's an easy yes, that it's not going to extend them. Everybody can get access to it.
Yeah. I love an easy yes.
Yes.
I really love an easy yes offer. Okay. So you would just flip them the way that I said it. So you're going to go the all-inclusive, a one-time vent session, or you could do the membership, which is a really low price of $9.99 a month. And in there, you could still certainly have opportunity to vent. You still get access to some of the, the weekly workouts and all the other great benefits of being in the Momxiety Club. But the all-inclusive piece for you, right? This like top tier, that has to be your like shining star, if that's what you want to sell. And so we've got to make it as robust as possible without overwhelming people so it's not like, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this, and this, and this, right? Like it's more about how you lay it out for them based on the things that they're saying are struggles for them, So if you're talking to a mom who's saying, I'm struggling to get in a weekly workout and I know that is causing me to have some anxiety and not be my best version of myself with my kids. Like I'm yelling too much or whatever. I'm making this up, right?
Yes, you're right on track there.
Those are the kind of things you're hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, you would say, my recommendation for you would be this all-inclusive offer. You're going to have some accountability because you and I are going to do workouts together and the baby gets to come to the workouts. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you also are going to have access to me for some vent sessions. It includes, 2 or 3 or whatever vent sessions. And you're also going to get access to this amazing group that I have put together. It's my monthly membership. It's the Momxiety Club. And I'm going to give you access to that for 3 months or whatever. And you can decide to stay in that at the end of our time working together or not. Totally up to you. But that would be my recommendation, just so that we can get started and get you started and get you back to being the best version of yourself that you want to be right now. How does that sound? And then you
Sounds
wait.
Wonderful, Nikki.
Oh, okay.
I love how you tie it all together, because in my head, I'm going, how does all of this work? Like, I know it works together. I just am not great at explaining it. And you're laying it all out there for me with the accountability for the workouts, because not only the workouts for having that time for yourself, but it's also like babies at the bar, mommy bar. I specialized in like pre and postnatal safe exercise. So I can really focus in and dive more into that. Like your body's not feeling itself anymore. Let's get your body and your mind back to the best version that it can be. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, and just practice too, right? Like that's the other thing that's going to build your confidence, is getting some practice laying out the offer and saying it. Now, it always has to be something that's comfortable coming out of your mouth. Like I'm doing it kind of off the cuff, right? And so sometimes when our anxiety is a little high, when we're, talking to an ideal client and we're like, oh, I'd really love to earn this person's business, and we're feeling a little like flustered around it or feeling a little anxious around it, remember to take a breath, right? Like, I don't know if you know this as a dancer, you probably do. You probably know way more about this than I do, but although I did dance in high school and college, so I know a little bit about dance, but I don't think I have the background that you have in dance. But we tend to hold our breath, right? Which for a dancer is like a really horrible thing to do, is like to hold your breath. Like you got to keep breathing, right? In order to really perform.
You can hold your breath when you are off stage.
That's right.
I mean, you can take a breath when you're off stage.
Yeah. So making sure that when you're getting ready to lay out the offer, that you do a big exhale first, and then you inhale, then you lay out the offer. And you even slow down your rate of speech when you're laying out the offer, so that, because they're hearing it for the first time, right? You know what it is, but they're hearing it for the first time. So their mind needs some time to process what it is that you're saying to them. So that's where I'm saying, like, this is an opportunity for you and I to do workouts together. So you're going to have some accountability, getting you back to this place where you want to be. The other thing is you're going to get, some vent sessions for those times where you just need to get it all out, say the things that, you wouldn't say in public, but they're screaming in your head, and it's going to help you to get them out. So you're going to get access to that. And of course, you're also going to get access to my amazing group of people, of moms in similar situations to you. Some are ahead in the mom journey, some are behind. And this is going to be an opportunity for you to really connect with them and learn from them, and also share with them. And you're going to get the weekly workouts there too. So this is really going to be that all-inclusive offer to get you back to where you can be the best version of yourself, right? And then you how does that sound? And then you just wait. You see what they say next.
That's the hard part.
I know. I did a podcast interview years ago with one of my favorite people, Natalie Ekdahl, and she was asking me like,
I remember that episode actually.
You do?
When I think of it, I always like hear that podcast in my brain and just wait.
And just wait. Yeah. And she was like, well, how do you do that, Nikki? This was on her podcast, by the way, which is Biz Chicks. I highly recommend it. That particular episode was 312 of her amazing podcast. And I said, you put your lips together and you just wait. And I remember I got a big laugh out of her about that. And she was like, oh, you just put your lips together. Like, that's how you be quiet.
Yes.
So, okay. Any other questions around this confidence when selling, confidence when laying out the offer?
No, I just need to go and practice.
And practice. That's it. And if it doesn't go as well as you want it to go, with a prospective client, here is a little exercise that I want to give to you. And I give this to a lot of my clients, is ask yourself at the end, what are 3 things that I'm happy with about my performance? Like, what are 3 things I did well in that conversation? And then once you've gotten the 3, and this can sometimes be hard for people because sometimes they want to be like, well, I like this, but no buts. This is just the stuff that you're happy with about your part of the conversation. And then what's one thing you'll do differently in the next conversation? So it's not like, oh, what are the things you did wrong, Tori? It's like, no, what's one thing you'll do differently next time? And that's how you're going to continue to improve. And the smoother your sales conversations start to go, the more confident you're going to get in laying out your offers. And frankly, because we know your pricing is so low right now, Tori, that at some point you're going to be like, I'm so confident I'm going to raise my prices. Because that's the other thing that happens. The more confident you get when you lay out your offer and the easier you make it for clients to say yes to you, it's so much easier when you get to this point where you're like, you know what? I'm not just charging $30 for an event session, and I'm not just charging $9.99 for this amazing membership that I put together. Like, it's time to raise the price, and it just like, it gets so much easier. So
I've used that in the Pilates side, which it has gotten easier. You have helped me with that.
Yes. Awesome. All right, my friend. Well, there's 2 last questions as we wrap up this on-air coaching call. Again, thank you for saying yes to coming on and like bearing your soul, right? I feel like it can be very revealing sometimes to come on and share things. But I always like to wrap up with 2 questions. One is, you are a valued member of the Sales Maven Society, and you have been in the society for, how long has it been now? I feel like, are you coming up on 2 years? Or am I making that up in my head?
No, I think coming up on 1 year.
1 year. Okay. Yeah. I feel like we've had you longer than that, Tori. Okay. So 1 year. What has been one benefit from being in the group?
The access to you as well as everyone else. Yeah. That has been incredible, just to say, hey, can you check what I'm thinking or saying right here? And it's just validating to say, oh yes, this is along the right lines, or maybe change this phrase a little bit.
Yeah. Good. I love that. It's an amazing group, and you certainly are a great contributor in there. So happy to have you in the group.
Thank you.
For the people who are listening, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you? Because there's probably some moms out there that are like, I'd like to check out the Momxiety group, or I'd like to do some, workout sessions with Tori. Like, how can people get a hold of you?
Sure. You can find me. The easiest way where you can see the membership and all the different things and one-on-one work is at join.momxietyclub.com.
Will you spell Momxiety for people just so they spell it right?
It is Momxiety.
Awesome.
And I'm Momxiety Club on social media as well.
Awesome. So go check Tori out, say hi, let her know that you heard her on the podcast, and she has a special offer. And even if you just need a vent session, go have a vent session with Tori. Who doesn't need a vent session now?
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. As we wrap up this episode, for those of you who are listening, if you are ready to ignite your sales, then I have a special offer for you, and that is to join the Sales Maven Society. This is the place where you and I connect. Like Tori said, you can go in, you can post your questions, your phrasing, and get some immediate feedback from me and other members of the group so that you continue to build your confidence in selling as well. This is a monthly membership. You get access to training platform, like tons of training from me. You get access to me live multiple times a month. You get access to the private group where you can post your questions, your situations, your challenges, and get feedback and support from me as well as from the group members. And this is a $97 a month group. You can cancel at any time. And I have a special offer. If you would like to come check it out for your first month, you can come your first month for $27. So when you go to salesmavensociety.com, Maven, by the way, is spelled Maven, salesmavensociety.com. When you hit add to cart, there's a place at the bottom for you to put a coupon code. Type in 27TRIAL, 27 trial, all one word, 27TRIAL, and it will reduce your membership by $70 for your first month. So come check us out. You'll see Tori in there. She's in there. And you'll see many of the other people that you've probably heard on the podcast. We'd love to have you. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Tori, thanks again for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to Sales Maven. Visit us online at yoursalesmaven.com/maven for more resources to boost your confidence and skills.